Hi there, welcome back to Just Making It. Well, it's that time of year again. September 20th is their fall auction, Tri-State Auction Services. It's at 9 a.m. and it's live and online. It's in Corey, Pennsylvania, Elgin, and it's on the corner of 89 and Route 6. They've got all kind of stuff from tractors to trucks to trailers to implements to campers, everything. There's something here for everyone. So let's start in the back. We're going to work our way to the front. We'll try to get everything. Okay, starting in the back, we got a couple nice sheds, wooden sheds, all stained up, ready to go. Here we got a 913 John Deere grain head, and it's on a set of gears, and I believe that sells separate. Next to this, we got an 04 Jag car right there. I'm just going to go right down the line like I do every year. We'll get to these trucks here on the way back. Okay, here we got a Ram 3500 with a plow in the front, flatbed, gooseneck. Nice truck. Here's what the back looks like. Here we got a dump trailer. Nice dump trailer. That sun's real bright today. Okay, and it says it's got a title. Okay, next to this is a GMC 2500 HD. It's a 2016, and it's got a title. Duramax. Very nice truck. Let's look in the bed here. Yeah, real nice. Line-X. It's got a hitch in the back. Sierra. Next to this, we've got a, looks like a box trailer. Nice. Okay, next to that trailer, we've got another vehicle. It's got a title. It looks like a Ford Escape. Okay. Then we got a John Deere excavator. Nice. Let's see what this says. Okay, there's a couple things about it. Okay. It's a 290D John Deere. Looks like it comes with an extra bucket there. Well, it looks like they might be selling that bucket extra or separate right there. Yep. Okay. Okay, here's a dump trailer. Everybody can use a dump trailer. 2020. Nice size. Okay, here's a backhoe here, attachment. And here's a round bale hauler. And here's an older brush hog. Right there. Here's a spreader, salt dog. Okay, let's go over here. Here's a nice little pair of 31 John Deere discs, offset, 3-point. And here's a pair of plows, 2 bottom plows, right there. Okay, next to this, we've got a dump truck. Let's see what we got here. 1800 International dump truck. Next to this, we've got a top kick diesel cat. Doesn't have a bed on it. Okay, next to this truck, we've got a camper trailer. Very nice. Denali. Looks like it's got some fold-out sides to it. Big. There's the Denali. Okay, here we got a trailer, Pequa, flatbed, right there. Okay, next to this we've got a truck rack, aluminum. Anybody looking for a rack for their pickup truck? Here we got a 355 New Holland grinder mixer. Right there. And over here, we've got a light tower right here. Anybody looking for one of those? Okay, we got a couple gravity boxes next to this. Sorry if I'm going so fast. There's just so much stuff here as usual. And I try to get everything. Sometimes it's impossible, but there's another gravity box. Okay, check this out. Here's a nice tedder right there. Let's see what brand this is. See if they have it here. Not too sure on the brand, but that's a nice tedder. Okay, here's a car hauler right there. And here's a Chevy 1500 pickup. 2000, 1500, unknown miles, and it's got a title. Right there. Okay, behind that, it looks like we have an older tedder. I've never seen one like this. But you can see it's round. It's got a round bar around it. And then the teeth are connected to that. Right there. That actually, well, you know what? I'm sorry, that's actually a rake. I called that a tedder. It's a rake, a Heston 3700. Okay. Over here we have another trailer. A Baron trailer. Very nice. 2016 with the title. All right, here we've got a flatbed truck. It's an F550 Super Duty Power Stroke. A lot of people are looking for diesels, and it has a title. Okay. Next to this, we've got a couple enclosed trailers. Okay, I'll just walk around them. 6x12. There's two of them here, back to back. Okay. Next to this, we've got a dump truck. Right here, nice dump truck, steel bed, F-Series Ford. And that is a 96 Ford F800 title right there. All right, here's a Ford 9000 flatbed. Let's walk around it. Looks like it dumps. It's got a winch in the back. There you go. Next to this, we got another trailer. It's a gooseneck flatbed Corn Pro right there. 1997 right there. Okay, look at this. We got all these, I'm gonna guess it's locusts right here. All these fence posts split, ready to go. Bunch of bundles. Okay, next to that we got a Coon Knight 8118 Slinger. Let's walk around that and show you what it looks like. Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna put the camera right inside there. I cannot see it from where I'm standing. That's what it looks like. All right, in front of that, we've got a pool sprayer. Here's a pool sprayer. And what kind is it? There's nothing about it. Right there. Okay, here we have an Oliver. Nice tractor, gas. Very nice. Looks like it has new tires in the back. And it looks like they're giving you chains, tractor tire chains with that tractor right there. I don't see a separate number. Yep, tire chains I guess go with it. Oliver row crop. That's what the rear end looks like. 540 PTO. Nice. Be a nice hay raking tractor right there. Okay, next to this we've got a plow. Right there. And we got a spreader box right here. Henderson. There's what the inside looks like. Right there. Okay, next to this spreader box, we got a Bobcat on tracks. Okay, it's a T190. It's got a cab. Very nice. Okay, next to this, we have a tractor. It's got a 540 and 3 sets. And this is a 255 white. Okay, after this white here, we got a Massey Ferguson. It's got a front end loader on it. And we got a backhoe in the back. Very useful. There's what the levers look like for the backhoe. And there's the dash on the Massey. Okay, here we got a couple split, looks like cherry wood, I believe, right here. Split cherry. And here we got another brush hog. And here's a couple plows. Okay, over here we got a boat. Boat and a trailer, title for both. Right there, low. Nice little boat. Go on some of these nice small lakes with this. Very nice. Okay, here we got a trailer. Dump trailer it is. And here we got, it looks like tracks for a combine. Right there. Let's see. Okay, here we got, Looks like some shelving right here. Very nice. Okay, looks like we got some head gates, or I'm not too sure what those are there. Okay, this I believe is for a silage right here. This is a yeah, I believe this smooths out silage right here. Okay, here is some tracks right here. Could be for skid steer. John Deere 317 right there. Okay, here's an Oliver 3 bottom. Something catches your eye, come on out, September 20th, 9 a.m. It's a fun time. Even if you don't buy anything, it's always nice to see what everything goes for. Okay, here's a Pool bottom plow, 3 bottom plow. And I believe this is Oliver. Right there. Yep. Okay, in the back here, we'll get this grain head. This is an international grain head right here. An 820. An 820 grain head. Okay, then we have an auger. It's pretty long. Let's see down here. PTO shaft driven. Comes with the little grain holder box, hopper. Here we got some rubber tracks. And next to that, we've got a little 2 bottom plow. Look at this thing. It's in good shape. Huh. Let's see what the tag says. 2 bottom plow. Okay, here we got some pipe. Anybody needs some pipe for ditches, what have you? I don't know exactly how long they are. They're pretty long. And here's a, it looks like a corn picker, single row. And that's actually a corn chopper. Never seen one like that. It's 3-point hitch. Isn't that something? That's actually a collector's item, I think. Look at that. Huh. Corn chopper. All right, here we got another 3 bottom plow. Right there. Okay, we're going to go on to the next row. We got some things for a grain bin, Brock. Looks like some fans. Right there. Here's a propane tank. If you need something for your farm for fuel. And here's a, looks like a bottom hopper for a bin right there. Bottom spout, I guess. Here's another auger. PTO. Nice. Let's see, that is a 8x53 PTO transport auger. Okay, here we've got a, looks like to be a, it's called Tri-Pack. welder? I'm not too sure what that is. Yeah, it's a welder. Here's all the lines, miscellaneous stuff in there. Then we got all these tires, all different sizes, 295, 75, 22 5s. I can actually use those. And some more tires. Need any truck tires, here you go. And then in the back, it looks like we've got a box. Sort of looks like a headache rack with a toolbox in the front of it. Right there. All right, here we got a white 508 4 bottom. Right there. Auto reset. Next to that, looks to be a corn planter. This thing looks heavy duty. Look at the tires on that thing. Woo! That thing is built. It's all greased up, oiled up. 2-row. Let's take a little peek inside here. That's what the fertilizer boxes look like. Yep. Oliver corn planter. It's got the disc in the front. Huh. All right, back here, we've got a trailer. Okay, that thing looks heavy. Next to this, we got a big flatbed aluminum for a big truck. A Benson. Here's some lights for, it looks to be a back of a truck right there. Yeah, that's a 35 or 53 foot Tidal Benson trailer. There's some more lights. All right, here we got, these things are huge. 1996 Galleon grain trailer. Big. There's 2 of them here. 544/8. That's what those look like. Big. Here's all your hydraulics for it. Okay, here's a little trailer here. Okay, it's got a spare on it right there. Huh. Okay, here we got a truck. It doesn't have a bed on it. It's pretty long. It's flat in the front. It's called a, hopefully I pronounce this right, Hino 195. There you go. There's a flatbed trailer. It doesn't have a bed on it, just a frame. But that thing is built and it looks fairly new. Huh. Can make something out of that. It's got a title. Okay, here's a big box trailer. Right there. And here's a truck. It's an Eagle. Brush guard in the front. Nice truck. Sleeper. There's what the back end looks like. Okay, behind this truck, look at this. We got a little grain dryer. This is actually nice. It's not real big. I mean, if you have a small farm and you want to dry a little bit of grain, this is nice. I usually see them a lot bigger than this, but this is nice and compact. AB120A automatic grain dryer. Right there. Okay, here we got another truck. This is a T680 Kenworth. Title 2015. Right there. Nice truck. It's got a sleeper. Okay, here's another truck. This is an older Mack. It's got a long back end. See that? No sleeper. It's a Mack. It's got a title and it's 1985. 9200 International. It's got a big sleeper on it. All right, next truck. Let's just read the tag. 1993 GM Day Cab title. Right there. All right, next to this truck, we've got a flatbed, it looks like. It could be a dump. And there's a water tank on it. I don't know if that comes with it or not. It probably does. It's bolted to the bed. It's a top kick diesel. 1991 GMC flatbed title. Oh, look, it's got a hoist crane on it. See that? That'd come in handy. And it's got these downriggers on the back. Drop it down. It's got a big hitch. See the hitch on the back? Yeah, that truck would be handy. Okay, here's an F-150. Looks like short bed. It's not four-door, extended cab. It's got the 5.4 Triton 4x4 with title. It's a 2007. Right there. Okay, next to this, and you don't see these too often anymore, Ford Ranger. I used to have a bunch of these. This is actually my first vehicle when I was growing up. It's got a bed liner. There you go. And behind that we have anybody looking for a roof for a forage wagon. This thing's in good shape. A lot of people take them off those wagons so they can just, you know, dump into them or what have you. But there's a nice roof. Looks like a long one. Yep. Okay, next to this we have, look at this, livestock trailer. And look at that, it's got hay inside of it. You could buy the whole shebang. I'm pretty sure, what's this say? Third crop mixed hay, 100 bales. Note, hay only, trailer not for sale. Okay, so it's just the hay in the trailer. Just the hay in the trailer. Nice hay. All right, here we got a bunch of posts. Check this out, square cut, all different sizes. You've got sharpened ends, ready to go in the ground. This might be locust, right there. Okay, here we got a cleaner F2 combine. There's some parts right there. It's got a corn head on it. Okay, 4-row. And they have the grain head up in front here. That sells separately. Right there. Okay, next to that, we've got, check this out, a harvester. Let me get all the details on it. It's a forage harvester, New Holland, FR 9060 with 283 hay head. Right there. That's nice. Very nice. Could chop hay, chop corn. There you go. And I think that goes with it right there. I'm not, no, they're selling it separately. I'm not too sure exactly what that is. Maybe you guys would know. Okay, back here we also have another rack for a truck. That one's steel. Okay, over here we got a flatbed trailer. It's got the ramps in the back. Looks heavy. Tag 20L Rogers. Okay. Pinto hitch. There's the pinto hitch. And it's got a title. All right, here we got a merger. A big merger. Right there. It's a merger Kuhn AXX MM700. It's got the 3-point hitch in the front. And that's what that looks like. Okay, next to that, we've got a dump truck, aluminum bed, triaxle. It's a Western Star. It's a 2000, and it has a title. Right there. Nice. Okay, here we got a Kenworth. Nice little truck. 2002, title, International. Steel bed. See, that's what the back end looks like. Okay, here we got another truck. It's got a sleeper. It's a Kenworth. Title 2006. Right there. Okay, here we got a flatbed. It looks like just a flatbed. It's in good shape. You can put it on a truck. It's pretty long. Right here, it looks like we got some ramps right here. And this is high loader ramps. That's what it's called. Right there. Okay, next to this, look, you could start your own business. We've got a 2002 tow truck with a title. I like the paint job on it. There you go. You can have your own little towing business. Tow truck. Okay, next to this, we have a case. It's got 2 sets of hydraulics in the back. It's a 1000 PTO, heavy duty rear end. It's a 451 turbo, 1270 case. Lots of power. Okay, next to that case, we got a FedEx truck. There you go. You can work for FedEx. Right there. You can tell them you got your own truck. They probably like that. Okay. Here's a Cadillac CTS4. Look at that car. Sunroof. 2011 title. There you go. Next to this, we've got a Cat backhoe, front end loader. Nice. It's got a cab. I'd put that to work. Right there. Okay, here's a 53-foot box trailer for a big truck. And if you're looking for one, it is a Stofton. Okay, next to that we have an international truck, Eagle. That is a 2006 with a title, with an extended cab. Or sleeper. There you go. Then we got a big flatbed aluminum for a big truck. Okay, check this out. We've got a 1086 International. It's in pretty good shape. Red power, turbo. It's a 1086 International red with cab, turbo. Nice. Back tires are pretty good on it. And this is what it looks like in the back. It's got the 1000 and 540. 3 sets, remotes. Here we go. We got a 110 John Deere 540 PTO John Deere four-wheel drive. Now that thing will come in handy, and it's in good shape. There's what the controls and everything look like. You got the backhoe in the back. Very nice. Okay, next to this John Deere 110, we've got a John Deere 4066R right there with the cab, front end loader, H180 loader. Yep, 4-wheel drive. Nice little tractor right there. Here's what the back end looks like. All right, check this out. We got a bulldozer. It's got a winch in the back. And here's what the tracks look like. Okay, and the sprockets right there. Okay. This looks like it could be a project, could work. All right. In the back here, we've got a Case International 235. It's got a belly mower, hydro, right there. 3-point hitch and PTO 540. Mm-hmm. 60-inch deck. All right, guys, look at this. This is a beauty. International 766. Very nice. All painted up. It even looks like it has a new battery in it. Very nice tractor. Back tires look real good. Front tires look good. I'm anxious to see what this will go for. And here's what the back end looks like. It looks like it's got one set. 540 and 1000. Right there. Okay, next to this, check this out. We got a 1586. Okay, and this is a nice tractor. Very nice. See what that goes for. Back tires are in good shape. And this is what the rear end looks like. 2 sets of hydraulics, 1000 PTO, 540. Yep. Okay, next to this we got a township truck. It's got an aluminum bed, really nice dump. Look at that thing. Diesel, Duramax, C5500 GMC. And look at the plow in the front. Whew. You get the whole package right there. That's a nice truck right there. Look at that thing. Let's see what year it is. 2008 GMC. Okay. Very nice. 26,000 miles on that. Okay, next to that truck, we've got a chopper, New Holland. Right there. Got a hay head on it. It's a 790 New Holland. Okay. Over here we got a John Deere excavator, mini one. 35D. That's a 35D cab. It's got a thumb on it. Nice little, looks like we got 2 little buckets over here too. I'm pretty sure I don't see a tag that might come with it. 35D John Deere. Okay, here's a John Deere 325 skid steer. Very nice. Let's see what they say about it. 325 skid steer. Okay, very nice. It's a nice one. Nice size. Okay, here we got a John Deere brush hog. 7-footer. John Deere 709. Right there. Okay, next to this we've got a single row corn picker. Right there. These are gonna be starting to get harder and harder to find. I know there's a lot out there, but they don't make them anymore. I've got a 2-row, and the parts are starting to get hard to find if you want a corn picker. Right there. Okay, here's a boat. A Glastron. There's what it looks like on the inside. Okay, here we got a 2188 Case International Combine. Axle flow. Yep. Nice. I'd like to show you the insides of these tractors and combines and everything, but we got to get moving. We got all this stuff to go over. So All right, so here's a corn head. It looks like to be for that combine. 6-row. Okay, here's a John Deere. Before I get into this, I want to go over here and mention this. This is the Tim Vanco farm retirement. So I believe it's from this sign, that sign down to that sign. It's the equipment in between. So this was straight off the farm. Okay, here's a John Deere 6600 combine. Hydrostatic. Next to that we got a 6620 right there. 4-wheel drive. That other one was also 4-wheel drive. The 6600. They're both 4-wheel drive. Hydrostatic. Turbo. Okay, here's a grain head. And here's a corn head, a 444 John Deere. 4-row. Okay. Over here, you've got a couple really nice gravity wagons. This one, they both look like they've been painted, but they're in good shape. J&M. Here's another one, a third one. Right there. Okay, here's a big old, now I think this is the end of the Tim Vanco retirement, but there's equipment behind this equipment. I don't know if it's part of it, but I do know that this here is part of that sale. So next to this, okay, we got a Kilbros grain cart, 490 grain cart. It's a big one. Here we got a fold-up batwing brush hog right there. And this is what underneath looks like, the blades. Right there. Okay, next to this brush hog, we've got, check this out, we've got a 4230. Nice tires in the back and the front. They look like they're almost brand new. It's got a cab, very nice tractor. 4230. This is a tractor you can pretty much do a lot of things with. See what the rear end looks like. All right. Got 540. It looks like we got one, maybe two sets. One set there. Yep. Next to this, we got a 4050 John Deere, 4-wheel drive. Nice tractor. 4050. Tires are a little worn in the back. Looks like you've been going down the road maybe a lot. And there's 3 sets of remotes back here with 1000 PTO. Okay, here is a auger. Might as well get this, it's sort of in the middle. Got a grain auger here, it's pretty nice. Over here, we've got another gravity wagon with an auger on it. Right there. E280. Okay, here is a rotary rake. Right there. At Andex 423T. That's what I see on it. Okay, next to this we got a 1020 John Deere. It's gas. It's got tire chains in the back, and you've got a plow in the front. Right there. Here's what the back end looks like. 540 PTO. Okay, over here we got an International 340. It's gas. You have to get a new seat on it. And there's what the back end looks like. It's got a hydraulic cylinder right here for the 3-point hitch. All right, next to this. All right, now I'm gonna probably pronounce this wrong. I think there's two different pronunciations of this. I'm gonna call it a Belarus. Some people say it's a Belarus. So whatever you think it would be, that's how it's spelled. So I don't know too much about these tractors. This is a 250 AS. Right there. It's got weights in the front. Belarus, Belarus, however you want to pronounce it. Here's what the back end looks like. We'll get this little mower right here, finish mower. That's actually really nice. It's in good shape. It's heavy duty. It's a Woods RD60 right there. That's a nice mower. Okay, here we got an old conveyor, older. Okay. I believe those cinder blocks come with it, so it stays down like that. Okay, over here you've got a hay bine. Okay, and the number on this, it's a New Holland 489. 489 hay bine. Let's see how the rollers look. Not bad. Rubber rollers. Okay, here we got an F-150 short bed 4-door. 4-wheel drive. There you go. Looks like it's got some rust in the back by the bed, but other than that, it looks pretty nice. Right there. Okay, next to this, we got an F-350 Super Duty. And I like this bed in the back because you can fold these down or out. So you can make it a flat bed. It's got a hitch in the back. It's actually pretty nice. There you go. Triton V8. It's got a heavy duty bumper on it. 2001. Okay, here's a trailer right there. And here's a steel flatbed right there. It's got the hole in it for the gooseneck. And then there's these tires in the front. These are, see if I can see the size here. (21L-28). That's what it says. Titan. Okay, here's a John Deere tractor. 435 John Deere. Right there. Here's what the back looks like. Okay. Then we got a spreader, a Vicon spinner spreader. That's what the inside looks like. Behind this, we've got a round baler. Okay, it says no PTO shaft. It's a 486 new idea. See what the belts look like. right there. Okay, next to this we've got a nice Gale rake. It's got the wheel in the front, dolly wheel. It's a 452 Gale hay rake. Next to this we've got a round bale wrapper. Looks pretty new. I don't think anybody hardly uses this. TL1000R. It's a tube line wrapper, 3-point hitch. Okay, here we got a blower, International. Right there. For silage. Here we've got a trailer, no title on this, it says. No title. It's got a ramp. Nice little trailer. Okay, now you got all these spears. We know every year, fall, spring, they have all these spears and booms and everything else for your tractor. Here we got a bunch of spouts. It looks like parts for maybe a chopper of some sort. And then we've got another spinner spreader. Here's what the inside looks like. Okay, here we've got a David Bradley 2-bottom Oliver plow. Right there. Those are in pretty good shape. Huh. David Bradley. Oliver. Yep. It caught me off guard because usually they're green, but. Okay, here we got Auto Reset 598s. Whites. Heavy set of plows. Right there. And that's a 5-bottom. Here we got a 925 John Deere grain head. It's a long one and it's in good shape. Let's see here. It is, okay, there's no info on it, but that's what it is. Very nice. Okay, we got another trailer. Okay, here's a dump trailer right here. Anybody looking for a dump trailer? There's no title on this trailer. There's what the bed looks like. Okay, here we got a bucket for a backhoe. Skid steer tires right there with rims. We've got a Tedder, New Holland. It's in real good shape. This is a nice Tedder. Pro Ted 3417. That's the numbers on it. Right there. Okay, then we got these hay holders, feeders. It looks like you can put a big square bale in there, maybe a round bale. And then we've got these racks to haul round bales right there. And then this over here looks like some kind of door. Right there. And this is a blower here. I think this is for a grain bin right here. Then we've got a trailer, flatbed. It's got a pintle hitch. Right there. Okay, here we got a man lift. Anybody looking for a man lift? Right there. It looks like it could go take you up there quite a ways. Gasoline only, snork lift. There you go, snork lift. TBA50. There's the motor. Okay, here's a forage wagon. International, wooden. And it's got the auger up front, right there. It's a 110 International. Next to that, we've got another trailer. Looks like a car hauler. It's got a pinto hitch. Yep. Look at this beast. This is a huge brush hog. This is a 14-foot. That is big. Looks heavy. Okay, here we got a gravity wagon. Nice. Okay, here's a Paystar 5000 C410 triaxle 1992 with the title, and I believe this truck only has like 20-some thousand miles on it. That's it. And I don't think he hauled gravel in it, just grain. And that is a nice truck. Very nice. Anybody looking for a dump truck? Let's see in the back here. Probably has a grain door. Yep, it's got a grain door in the back. There's what the hitch looks like in the back of it. Very nice truck. Hardly used it. I know I've got a 93 and I've got almost 1,000,000 miles on mine. It's got a big hitch in the front there. You see that? Huh. Nice. Okay, we got a blue brush hog here. And this is a king cutter. Then we've got a gravity wagon. Right there. Next to this gravity wagon, we've got a Kuhn Knight Slinger, an 8118. And I can't see the inside, but that's what it looks like. Right there. Come down around front. Okay. Next to this Slinger, we've got a Belarus, however you want to pronounce that, 420A. That's that tractor. It's got pretty good tires in the back. PTO 3-point hitch. Looks like it's 4-wheel drive. Okay, here we got a forklift. Anybody looking for one of those? Got one right there. Okay. Next to that, look at this. We got a stump grinder. Vermeer SC 752 stump grinder. Can have your own little business. I know a couple people that do this, and they do very well. Stump grinder. Okay, next to this grinder, we've got a 4435 Hydro John Deere combine. Okay, there's that. Next to this, we got a 575 New Holland square baler. This is large capacity baler right here. See what this looks like in here. Okay, holds a lot of twine. It can hold a lot of twine. Okay, here's what the knotters look like. Yep, and it's got a kicker. There you go. Okay, next to this baler, we've got another gravity wagon. And I do want to mention the little cell that I went through. This was in the middle, the farm's equipment, and this is a grain head, a John Deere, right there. And I think I did mention this 44-4 4-row corn head. Okay, here we've got a round bale wrapper, 3-point, looks like it's brand new. A Z560 Okay, and then we have a Bobcat plow. It looks like for skid steer attachment right there. And we have a fuel tank, and it comes with a Field Right 15 gallons per minute pump. So that's nice for a pickup truck. And here we got another, looks like a little bucket right there. Here's another little attachment. This is a, doesn't say. This is a round bale unroller, I believe, right here. Here's a grabber, round bale grabber. Frontier back blade, very nice. Here we got another gravity wagon, Easy Trail. That one's really nice. Okay. Here we got a CX 100 Case International 4-wheel drive cab. Look at this, guys. No DEF. There you go. Back tires are pretty nice. And here's what the rear end looks like. 540. There's your outlets. Remotes. There you go. That's a nice little tractor. CX 100. Okay, next to this we got a Volvo roller. Anybody looking for one of these? There you go. Next to this roller, we've got a dump trailer. Looks like somebody lined it. Yep. Red dump trailer, no title on that dump trailer. Okay, back here, anybody if they can use steel. Here's some square tubing steel right there. There's some more booms. Some more spears for skid steers. And here's some more hay racks, hay holders. Square bales, round bales. Here's some more racks for wagons, for round bales. Okay, here's a trailer, a camper. It's a Loretto. And let's see, does it say anything? Nope. It's a big one. It's nice. Here's what it looks like. Here's the tag. 2005 Laredo, 29 feet, fifth wheel camper. There you go. Okay, next to this camper, look at this. We've got a big boat. It looks like it's for Erie. It's got a Loadmaster trailer. It is a 1987 Sea Ray 2016 with Loadmaster trailer. Title for boat and trailer. So there you go. Pretty nice. Go out there on Lake Erie and do some walleye fishing. It's got an inboard, I believe. Let's check out the back real quick. Yeah. There's the motor right there. Or the, yep. Okay. Over here, we've got a Massey Ferguson 1085 diesel. It's got nice tires in the back. This is a nice clean tractor. It's nice. There's what it looks like. This tire's a little chewed up. And the back end looks like this. Okay, next to this, looks like we just got some plow parts. Right there. Plow. Next to that, we have an Avalanche 2007 Chevy Avalanche. And that looks to be in pretty good shape. It's got the 4-door short bed. It's pretty nice, actually. Wow. All lined up. Very nice. Okay, next to that, we've got a truck, a nice truck. It's a 4900 DT 466E International. And it is a 1998 title. Nice truck. All right, check this out, guys. Here's a Komatsu 37PX. And it's got a big winch in the back. Check this out. This thing could do some work. A little bit much for me, but man, let's see what this looks like underneath. Okay, here's what the sprockets look like if you want to know that. Okay, and here's what the tracks look like. Right there. It's a nice one. There's the blade. There's the other side. It's got a nice heavy-duty cab on it, that's for sure. Okay, here we got a Jeep. And it is $1995. Nice Jeep. Okay, it's got a spare. Now, here's truck beds. They brought these truck beds in. I believe this is 2024. 2025. I'm not certain about that, but I was interested in them. Mine's a 2012. It's way too old. It's a little bit different, but these are, I believe, those years. And there's a couple of these here if you're looking for one. This one's got a tailgate. In front of that, we got a Tahoe. Nice. Oh, looks like it's got leather. Very nice. '2008 Chevy Tahoe. Okay, there's an Avalanche, another one, 2008, with the title. Here's what the inside looks like. Leather. Got the 4 doors, just like the other one, basically. Here's what the inside of the bed looks like. Okay, next to this Avalanche, we got a 4-star Tedder right there. In front of that, we got a Brush Hog. It's a Frontier 6-footer. Here's an Easy Trail Gravity Wagon, nice one. Here we got another Gravity Wagon. M&W. Next to this wagon, we got an F-250 Power Stroke V8. Right there. This is a 1999 Ford F-250 extended cab pickup. And it's a long bed. And it's got a bed liner in it. Looks like you get a spare. Okay. Okay, here we have another spreader right here. Stainless. Very nice. And we've got some rims there. We've got two backhoe attachment buckets. We've got a 4-bottom Massey Ferguson plow right there. Good shape. We've got some more buckets. Nice little small narrow bucket here. And here's another truck bed right here. Looks like they give you all the bolts and stuff with it. I think they're all about the same years. I'm going to show you probably, I think, two more. And I think they're all about the same years. So here's another trailer. It says no title. Okay. Okay, here we got a mower. This is a... Let's check underneath here and see what it looks like. Oh, I can't lift that. Let's go around back. Oh, okay. Wow. That's like a rotary mower. Like, I never seen one of these. It's sort of like a brush hog. I mean, it's like a disc spine. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's got big discs underneath. See the blades? Maybe it just was the start of a disc spine. Not sure. Okay, here's another gravity wagon. Here's a big bucket for a skid steer. And here's all this stone. If anybody's interested or do landscaping, they've got all these stones on skids. Rocks right here. And then cement slabs. You can make a sidewalk, what have you. Okay, here we got a pusher landscape rake. And here's a blade right here. That's a big one. All right, here we've got an International. It doesn't have DEF. It looks like it's 4-wheel drive. Case International tractor. And they don't say what model. Let's see if we can find a tag. Nice back tires on it. 38s. 2 sets of remotes. 1000 PTO. Okay, next to this tractor we got a 1070 John Deere. Let's look at the back. That's what it looks like. I don't see any outlets or remotes in the back. 1070 John Deere. Okay, here's a truck, a Ford F-150 XL. Right there, extended cab. Next to this truck, we've got a 2950 John Deere. This is what it looks like inside. Let's go around it. It's got weights, 4-wheel drive. And that's what it looks like in the rear. 2 sets of remotes, PTO, 540. Okay, here's a little, looks like it to be a horse trailer. This is a horse trailer. No title on this. Right there. Okay, here's a Jeep, 1996 with title. It's got a rack on the top. Looks like you get a light with it, bar light. Grand Cherokee, 4-wheel drive. There's that. Okay, here we got a mulcher, forestry mulcher right here. You could do a lot of damage to trees, chipping it up. Any kind of clearing that you got to do, these things do the job. Okay, here's a backhoe, 3-point hitch, 8MD2 right there, attachment. Right here we got a Vicon 12-foot discbine right here. Right there. There's what the inside looks like. It's got flails. Okay, over here we've got a log splitter. Look at this. It attaches to a skid steer. There you go. Okay, here's a trailer, little trailer. It's got a spare. And there's no title with this trailer. Right there. Okay, here's a Chevy. 2015 Chevy Equinox with title. Right there. Okay. Okay, next to this we have 2 more of those truck beds. This one's got a liner, Line-X. They look like they're brand new, guys, if you're looking for a nice truck bed. But like I said, I think it's like, it could be 2023, 24, or 25. I'm not sure. This one comes with the tailgate. Okay, here's another slinger. This one's an 8124 Coon Night Slinger. Right there. And I can't see the inside, but I'll show you. And that's what it looks like. Okay. All right, next to this, we have another tailgate. It's a Ford tailgate right there. And then we have a, this is a, I believe this is a grinder feeder. Yeah, it's like a feeder. And this is a solid stand Great Plains grain drill. This is big, it folds out. Right there. Let's get a little bit more info on it. It's a 24-foot grain drill. Okay, 24 foot. Okay. Here we got a T300 Bobcat on tracks. Right there. Here we got a 3-point hitch backhoe, 24-inch bucket. Right here. Looks heavy duty. That one looks heavy. Okay, here we got a John Deere 260 skid steer. Nice. 260. That's what that looks like. And here we got a golf cart. Club car, golf cart. Okay, here we've got a 175. I believe this is a Gale. Yes, a Gale 175 manure spreader. And it looks like you need to do some floor work in it. Okay, here we got a 1190 International hay bine. It's got the rubber rollers, the hard rubber rollers. Okay, in front of this we got a 2-bottom plow. Right there. Here's a Vermeer wood chopper. Wood chipper. Right here. And there's a tire. This tire is an 18.4 R34 with rims. It looks like weights too in the middle. Right there. That's just one tire. Okay, now here's all your skid steer attachments. You got more of these booms here, fork booms, extenders I mean. And then here's more buckets. Okay. Then you got grapples. Right here's a grapple. Here looks like to be a ditch digger. Right there. And here's a big box to stand on and to be lifted up through a skid steer attachment. Right there. Then you got all these skid steer tires. And you've got trailer tires here. You've got post hole augers. Here's a chisel right here if you want to do some chiseling. Skid steer. Some more spears. Then you've got all these tires with rims. I'm not going to go through all the sizes, but some of these all have rims. Here's some more truck tires. Some more regular tires. Bunch of tires. Okay, over here you have a rotary rake. New Holland Pro Rotor 3114 rake. Okay, you have some row cleaners here. Disc row cleaners. Then you got a grain cart, Parker. You've got some truck tires here on rims. Destination. Firestone 245 75 16s with the rims. Here's a Kinsey 2000 corn planter, 6-row, dry fertilizer. Right there. Here's some gauge wheels, bunch of gauge wheels off of a planter. Here we got a box trailer. Looks to be, let's see what it says. 2010 box trailer. Then we got a Scavenger Gale manure spreader. Here's what the inside looks like. I can't see it, you can. Okay, going around back. Okay, here we got some disc chisels. They have a pretty nice set right here, 740s. You know what? I have the same set, Taylor Way, 7-shank. Ha! I got the same ones. Unbelievable. Those are nice. I use them a lot. Same model. Okay, here's a pair of discs. These are John Deere. And they are 10-foot. I have the same exact set right there. Okay, here's some John Deere weights. Here's a cross. 15-foot 3100 soil finisher. Let's take a look at this. There's what it's got. All right, next to this finisher, we got an 1135 Massey Ferguson. There's what the rear end looks like. It's got a quick hitch. Tires are in pretty good shape. Got some weights in the front. There you go. Okay, here's an 1840 case skid steer. Right there. 1840 case. Okay, here we got an F350 Super Duty. It's got a fold bed. This is nice. I like the other one. It folds down. Okay, that looks like to be aluminum. Nice truck. F350. I don't think that's diesel. That is a 2001 two-wheel drive gas. Right there. Okay, here's a Chevy 2008 2500. Right there, four-wheel drive, very nice truck. Extended cab. There's the hitch, heavy-duty hitch in the back. Right there. Nice. 2500 Chevy. Duramax diesel. Okay, here's a gooseneck trailer. Right there. Here's another trailer. Title on hand, it says for this one. Okay, we got a couple sprayers. 3-point. Here's a Hardy 30-foot sprayer. And there's a sprayer here. $200-gallon pull type sprayer right there. Okay. Here we got another trailer, flatbed. Bumper pull hitch. This one says 22-foot tilt bed trailer, tilt bed. So it's got a tilt bed in the back. Okay, next to this we got an International Hydro 656 two-wheel drive. Yep. Right there. Two remotes, two sets, 540 PTO. Okay, here's a trailer without a bed on it. Here's a 2500 HD Chevy. It's a 2015 2500 extended cab gas pickup. Title right there. It's got a little rust in the back here. Bed liner. Okay, here's a trailer, flatbed. Pintle hitch. Okay, here's a 2500 HD Chevy. And this is a 2008 diesel. Title on hand. Nice. Okay, here's another Chevy Avalanche. Nice. This is a 2012 title on hand. Right there. That's pretty nice. Let's see if we could see the inside of this real quick. Look at that leather. That's a nice vehicle. Very clean. Okay, here we got Randy Davis Trucking and Excavating Retirement right there. So from here down to the next sign, that's his equipment. Here's a pintle hitch trailer, flatbed. Here's a dump truck, International. Steel bed. Here's the information on this truck. You can pause the video to read it. Looks like it's got 40,000 miles. Cat, 10-speed tranny. Huh. Okay. Okay, here's a little backhoe. Looks like there's an extra bucket here. And here's the information on this. It's a 1999. It's got 6,988 hours on it. And what it says down below, hours are 17,703. So, nice little Yanmar. Here's an Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile car. Okay, here we go. We got a Honda 4x4 side-by-side, no title, Pioneer 500. It's got a blade. Okay, doors. Here's what's in the back. It looks like a box instead of a bed. Okay, here next to this, we've got a John Deere 3025E front end loader. Let's see here. Yep, 3025E front end loader, 4-wheel drive. Nice little tractor. And there's what the rear end looks like. I don't see any hydraulics remotes in the back. Okay, over here we've got a side-by-side. It's a CF Moto 500 ATV. Okay, got a little bed in the back. We have a John Deere Gator X HPX with plow and dump bed right there. Okay, then there's more of these slabs, cement slabs. More of these stones. Some more skid steer tires, a bunch of them. Trailer tires. Here's a pusher, skid steer. Okay. And I believe that's a little shed right there, 12 by 20 in that box. And that's a little drill right there for a skid steer, right there. And then we've got these skid steer mowers you put on the mount on the front there. brush hogs, mowers. Here's a ditch maker right there. Post hole drillers. Some more grapples. You've got buckets of all sizes, rototillers. There's a post hole driver, vibrator right there, 680. You got more buckets, you got more pallets, forks for skid steers, and these are those cages that lift you up in the air. They got 2 of them here. I just want to say this auction, you know, I bought a lot of stuff from this auction, and you know, if you go to a dealership and you buy brand new equipment, it's expensive. Not saying that, you know, you don't always get a buy at these auctions, but the equipment's available and there's some certain things that you can't find anywhere else. You know, and that's what I like about these types of auctions. Okay, let's get started here. We've got a little mini loader, a KRW 23. We've got a Farmel front loader, International, Case International. Here's what the back looks like on that. It's a nice little tractor. All right, we got some side-by-sides here. We've got a Can-Am Commander right here. So what the inside looks like, it's nice. Camouflage. 2019 Can-Am Commander 1000 to 1000. Next to this we got a mule, Kawasaki. This is a 2019 four-wheel drive right there. That's nice. You can sit a lot of people in there, and you got the bed. I'm pretty sure this folds down. I'm not sure. Okay, over here we've got a diesel Kubota. Look at the length of this bed. Sheesh. You could haul out in this side-by-side. Now this is what you call, you know, utility. It's got power steering. It's an RTV X1130 diesel. That would be handy. I like the size bed. I didn't know they made them this long, but yeah, this is a big bed. Okay, over here we got a Cub Cadet SLT 1054 tractor, lawnmower. Here's a zero-turn Hustler right there. Nice. Okay, here we've got, this hooks up to a skid steer, and it looks like a ground leveler. It's called a skid steer driveway grader. Okay, it's a grader. There you go. It's got the teeth and a blade, all in one. Okay, here's a four-wheeler, a Yamaha 4x4 right there. No title on this. It's got a blade. It's a Grizzly. Looks like to be 600. Okay. Okay, here's a Kodiak Yamaha, no title. Right there. Next to that, we've got a 4x4. It is a Yamaha 400, no title, 2006 Kodiak. Okay, here we got a Maverick Bad Boy, zero turn right there. And next to this, we've got a Case International DX24E with a belly mower right there. And we're just going to go through. I'm going to get started in some of this small equipment, but there's, as you can see, there's a lot of side-by-sides. We're going to whiz through this, and then I'm going to whiz through the small stuff quickly and see what they got. Okay, there's a bumper for a truck, a couple blades, another bumper. Now here's a furnace right here. Let's see what it says. Wood furnace. Okay, here's a Wildcat Trail Articat side-by-side 4x4. Not sure of the title. Okay, so right there. Now behind it, we have a electronic fuel injection 800. This is a Polaris side-by-side. Right there. And behind here we got more bumpers for trucks. There's a canoe right here. And over here, spin you right around, we have another side-by-side. And this is it's got no title, 2023 500 4x4 utility right there. Okay, here's a golf cart. Another club car. Here's a Hustler zero-turn mower. Here's a Miller welder. 175. Right there. 302 Miller welder. Okay, here's another side-by-side Kawasaki. Title pending, it says. You've got 4 seats and a bed in the back. Nice. Hitch. Nice hitch. And here's a little shack, hunting shack, right here. Okay, over here we got an XUV 590 side-by-side John Deere. Okay, this is a 4-seater. Right there, it's got the bed, it's got a hitch. Nice. Okay, here's another truck blade. Here's a little, looks like a dog. Yeah, dog kennel right there. Steel or aluminum. Okay, here's a John Deere Gator, no title, right here. Brush hog. We got a fuel tank. I'm going to go through this stuff quickly here just to show you. Here's a post hole driller. Brush hog. Forks. A spreader. 3-point hitch PTO post driver. Yeah. Here's a belly mower. Fuel tank. Here's big buckets for a skid steer. Those are bigger right there. Here's a John Deere Gator, an older one. Right there. Here's a wood stove, it looks like. Belly mower. Shovel bucket. Snow blower. Okay. This looks like it's for oil pumper tank. This is a pair of discs, small, for like a 4-wheeler. Well, it's got a 3-point hitch. Okay, then here's another tank. Okay. Then you've got, look at this. This is a brush. Skid steer brush roller. Right there. Another fuel tank. Here's an Articat snowmobile. A set of hires. Here's a grain feeder, 531 volt Weaver line right there. Here's a nice little gazebo type thing. Very nice. Okay, we've got some gates. We've got another grain feeder. Here's a, looks like a cement cutter right there. Another bucket. We got some fencing. We've got some tanks. We've got another snow blade. We've got small discs. We've got a back blade. We've got some culvert pipe. We've got some head gates. We've got some hoses. It looks like a truck rack right here. And there's a shovel bucket. Here's another spreader spinner. And we've got a single plow, if anybody's looking for a single plow, right there. And we've got some fire extinguishers on wheels right here. We've got some hitches. There's a quick hitch. Here's a motor. We've got all this shelving. It looks like scaffolding, actually. Yeah, scaffolding. Couple sets. Here's a Cub Cadet mower. A blade, a tank. There's a spinner, spreader right there. There's another bumper. Here's some axles. Anybody looking for some axles? Tires with rims. We've got a bed liner. Here's a saw right here. And here's some miscellaneous cords, power cords. You've got ladders, all kind of ladders. Here's some steel stools, looks like. Another shovel bucket. You've got all these skids of miscellaneous tools. Looks like hammers, all kind of thing. Toolboxes, cords, gas tanks, all kind of stuff. Something catches your eye. Here's some brackets. Here's some grain bin spouts, it looks like, and there's a fuse box. Over here we got a table saw. These look pretty nice. 2 table saws. We've got a wheelbarrow. We've got all this. Look at this. A can of tools. I guess you buy the whole thing. You got rakes, shovels, picks, everything in there. Here's gas tanks, air tanks, wire, boxes. Here's another welder. Here's a little air compressor. All kind of stuff. There's a tank. Okay, let's go over here. Right there. Okay, there's jack, charger, tree stands. Oh, here's what I was waiting for right here. I need a Coke. There's a Coke machine. Wonder if this thing works. I'm awful thirsty right now. Nope, nothing. There's a Coke machine. You can make some side money there. All right, bunch of tree stands. There's a generator. There's fork jack. Tanks, a lot of tanks right there. Here's our extension cord wire right there. Rototiller. There's a little Bollins tractor. I wonder how many horsepower that is. Little Bollins. Huh. Okay, here's a motor, air compressor, fan, water tank for cattle or anything. Here's a pressure tank for a well. See that right there? Okay, here's a log splitter. Here's a saw right there. Here's some rims for a big tractor. Welder. There's pole saws right here. Looks to be steel. Okay, you got some tires on rims. You've got 40 to 45 pound international front end weights right there. Pressure washer. And you got a cap for a truck. Over here, this is pretty nice. You got a welder generator. It's underneath here. It's a Miller. And it is a Bobcat 225. It's on a trailer. They got it covered up. Okay. Coming down here. It looks like a compressor underneath there. You got all these parts, all these lights. Here's all these chains, tire chains right here. 6 sets in this skid. You've got hydraulic hoses. Look at all that. You got more hoses and clamps and everything else. More hoses right here. Chains. Here's some straps, tie down straps. And here's a skid. It looks like it's got steel in it. Need to weld something. Okay, here's some tires. These are 225 65 R17s. Some more tire chains. Here's a kicker for a John Deere square baler. And that is for a model, doesn't say. Right there. Okay, here's some tires. 16.9 24s. Here's a saw. Right there. Some fencing. Here's a snow blower. A log clamp. There's some axles. There's a cart for feed or whatever. Pressure sprayer. There's some high tensile wire right there. And there's a tiller, a back blade, a fork rake. And here's some toolboxes for tools. There's a box for a truck. And then you got all these chemical totes right here. Okay, then you got a log splitter. You've got tracks. You've got a plow. Looks to be a tamper right there. You've got some wheels right there. There's a pusher. Okay, there's some duals right there. And there's an air conditioning unit right there. Over here, you got that Frontier back blade. You've got some Hardy parts. You got a John Deere quick hitch. You got some steps right there for a tractor. And there's some, looks like round baler belts. Some belts right there, belt material. Okay, over here, you got a Pat's cleaner, conveyor, what have you. You have a box for a pickup truck right here. You've got doors for a pickup truck. It looks like an extended cab. Here's some more doors for a truck. Here's a Kubota 185 tractor right there. That's what the back end looks like. It's just got a pulley in the back spinning. Okay, then you got this skid of wire. Okay, you've got this fuel tank right here. You got a bucket for backhoe. You got all these chains, straps. You got a back blade, Ironcraft, looks like brand new. You've got these little motors. You've got these tires on rims. And these are 225/75/16s. Back blades, tillers. Look at this, the old time grass cutters. Look at that. Then you got an Alice B, which from Farm Mail Fanatic, he says the B stands for bench. So it has a bench seat. And I never knew that until he told me that. So there's an Alice B. Okay, here's a Polaris snowmobile. Here's another pressure washer. Here's a nice DeWalt saw right there. Here's a belly mower, John Deere deck, 60-inch. Okay, here's an Articat 700. Okay, here's another Hustler Raptor XL, 0 turn. Here's a John Deere GT 235 lawnmower. And there's a truck cap. Okay, here's a brush hog, looks brand new, Ironcraft. Nice. Ironcraft back blade again. Here's a spear. Here's a Yammer right here. Looks to be 4-wheel drive. Number on it is YM347A. Right there. Nice little tractor. And in the back you got a set of remotes right there. And you got a 540 PTO. Nice. Look at that. 10-year warranty. Okay, here you got a mower. It's a Woods mowing machine, 6215. Very nice. Here's a Yamaha Kodiak 700 four-wheeler. 2023 title. Right there. Okay, here's a Yamaha Grizzly. It's a 450, 2019. Nice. And here's a York rake, little one, for like a lawnmower or whatever, four-wheeler. Okay, here's a little front end, looks like a front end mower. Cub Cadet. Yep, 33-inch cut, walk behind. Okay, here we got a snowmobile, Skidoo Renegade. All right, that's a 2011. Nice. Looks like that would be fast. Okay, here's a Hustler Raptor XD. Right there. Here's a Kubota 54-inch. Nice 0 turn. Okay, here's another mule, Kawasaki Pro FXT. And that's a 2015. That's what it looks like inside. It's got the seat in the back and the bed. Okay, over here we've got a Kawasaki. Okay, this one just has the front seat. It's a 2019 Mule. And right here we got a Hustler 0 turn 54-inch 2024 0 turn. Okay, here we got a Yamaha 3200 front end loader, 4-wheel drive. I like these hooks in the front. This is what the back end looks like. I don't see any remotes. Okay, here we got a McCormick Farmel gas Super C. Very nice. Look, we've got weights here for it. Looks like they're going to be sold separately. This is what the back end looks like. Very nice. Well, that's a look at all the equipment here at the auction, September 20th, 9 a.m., live and online. Hope to see you there. The weather's supposed to be real nice. They got something for everyone. So come on out. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, Just Making It.